Welcome back, everybody, to the Freshly Squeezed Sports Podcast.
OG. OG.
Marcus Smart's going to stay up high, taking anybody coming to the ball.
Series on the line. Anunoby got it off, and it goes! Did it count is the question. OG Anunoby buries a triple at the
right off the rip.
Skip the intro. Skip. It doesn't matter who we are tonight, Pratik. It doesn't
Let's get
matter.
straight to the closer. Let's get straight to the closer.
All right. OG Anunoby is the hero of Toronto, of the Toronto Raptors. The whole city lit up tonight. It feels like this was one of those moments. Where were you when the shot happened? Obviously not in Game 7 like Kawhi was last year, but pretty similar vibes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Very similar vibes. The only reason that it's very close to the same vibe is because of the momentum switch. Everybody already counted it out. Everybody already counted it out.
Oh, man. Okay, before we get into all the what actually happened and the game analytics, let's just talk about our emotion real quick. I was absolutely in the floor. Kemba Walker was one of the nicest plays I've seen to close out a game with 0.5 seconds left, dribbling around, crosses one way, crosses the other, left Gasol in the dust, obviously dishes it off like a no-look feed to Tice for dunk. Oh my goodness, man, my heart was in the floor. I don't know what it was, but I was instantly, I was with my parents watching this basketball game. I whipped my hat. I took my hat off, whipped it, and I was instantly just so sad. Like all the feelings of what a great season we had gone to waste, and just all of it out the window in that moment because we had such a out the window with 0.5 seconds left and it was done. And I was really praying for that buzzer to go off before he put that ball in the net. Thank God it didn't, man. Instantly, I went from down in the dumps, just so sad, to rejuvenated, full of life. We're back in this thing. The momentum switch like that.
Yeah, that's right, bro. See, like, and exactly what you mean. The whole momentum switch, bro. Just think about it. How many teams, after going on a 3-0 loss, let alone a 3-1 loss, and then trying to even come back from that?
3-0 has never been done before.
3-0's never been done.
It's never been done.
So
that's why tonight was, I mean, unless the Raptors were going to be the first one to do it, it seemed like it was for the series.
Yep.
And man, wow. Did you have anything emotional like that, man? How crazy were you going watching the game?
Bro,
I know you're at your friend's house.
Absolutely, like, enamored, bro. I was just like, in that moment, like, I don't really like, I guess that's our job though, or not really our job, but like that's kind of what we want to do is give our opinion. But in that moment, I was wondering, because there was already a double team on Kemba, why was Siakam running the other way and following the split defense?
We definitely got lost there.
That
it seemed like because we sank Gasol at the double, Pascal was confused whether to run out to the 3 or come get Tice. But yeah, I agree. But how about the euphoria of that shot?
Yeah. That was next level. 0.5 seconds, first of all, I was just like, is his release even going to be fast enough? Because that's already...
Right? Like, here's the thing.
Quick.
I always think that for a shot, at the end of games, it's always seemed like 0.4 is the sweet spot where that's how you need 0.4 on the clock to get a shot off.
You get a shot
0.3 sometimes, but rarely it really happens. I've seen a shot get off with 0.3 before. But with 0.4, it seems like that's catch and shoot all in one motion. So 0.5 on the clock, I knew there was a chance. But in your head, you're thinking, what are the odds that we're going to be here for this moment, this great moment? In my head, I'm thinking... how many times have I seen one of these moments where it's set up for a game winner and it's ultimate disappointment? It's almost every time, nearly every single time, right? And so when that finally happened, I really had us written off until that moment. And
if you think about like the release time of somebody like Klay Thompson or Curry, it's like around 0.3. Low 0.3 seconds. That's the average time that they take to take their shot.
And you saw OG rushed it.
Yeah, OG rushed it too, right? And Klay Thompson and Steph Curry have one of the fastest releases in the entire league.
Yes, so easily.
Right? So when you're thinking about somebody who's a catch-and-shoot player like that, if if their normal shot is that quick. Like somebody like OG had to compensate, you know? Like his normal shot is definitely a lot slower than those two guys. So like
Absolutely.
0.5 seconds is not what he normally takes. It's longer than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
cranks back, gets his height up. This was just like he had to leap forward and just let it go.
And
But
and
but he
so we'll
made it,
get
so it doesn't matter.
exactly. Nothing matters. The
Nothing
ball dropped
matters.
at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
the ball dropped.
But about OG's calmness in that moment, that Lowry pass. I mean, we'll get into the semantics of the game again, but I mean him being so cool to walk off, and I think we just need to take a second, and we haven't done this before, but I think we should flip to a clip right now of OG's post game interview.
Hey OG, maybe a stupid question. Just watching, like you showed no emotion after you hit the shot. Like how did you stay so cool after such a big play?
Oh, like, because when I shot, I expected to make it. So, like, I don't shoot trying to miss. Like, every shot I shoot, I try to make it. So, I was going to act surprised because I wasn't surprised.
So, dude, OG man, like you were just saying, that attitude. As soon as he dropped that shot, that walk off. This is why I storied this. I was like, OG's like, yo, hold my scarf, bro. He's like, "Yeah, Serge."
Oh my
Serge.
scarf.
He's looking at Serge across the bench. He was like, you were fucking shit all game. He was like, hold my scarf, you pussy. Oh my God.
OG put Serge on scarves
OG
confirmed.
he did.
But man,
He also
so
put him on game tonight. You know, he's just like, yo, let me show you how to drop a shot.
all right. Well, let's
I had a
get
problem
into
with
more
Serge
of the
tonight.
game.
I have a bone to pick about Serge.
Okay, well, let's get into it now. Let's start getting into the game because the whole flow of the game was absolutely up and down. Again, roller coaster of emotion. I'll start out with the first half, and it just wasn't enough what we had in the first half, and I was getting really nervous. But after the first quarter, it was all right. We were down 5. I thought we were doing well. We could have done better on the defensive end, but again, shots weren't dropping. But it was only the first quarter, so I thought, regress to the mean. That's always in my head as I work with a lot of math every day in my job, so I'm thinking regress to the mean. We're missing all our shots we've been doing in the last 2 games. It's going to happen. Third, fourth quarter, we're going to start drilling shots, right?
Yeah.
And so second quarter, it didn't happen. Third quarter, it didn't happen. And then finally in the fourth quarter, we started seeing shots drop, and there was coming from Lowry. Vanvleet made a few to start the fourth. He made 2 right away. We were down 5 going into the fourth, or we were down 4 going into the fourth. He makes 2 clutch threes right at the bat, to bring us up, right? And so after that, Lowry got into rhythm, and it was amazing. And just the aggressiveness from everyone we saw tonight. Lowry was oh man, he is the
Lowry
leader,
was true
the
MVP
ultimate
tonight.
leader of this team.
Yeah, he is. That guy is
Yeah.
insane. His playmaking, his tenacity, bro, the entire time of making sure these guys understand that even if we're behind or we may feel like we're behind 75% of the way, that doesn't determine anything. It's just how we close out. Doesn't matter, like inch or a mile type thing.
He's one of the guys in this league that thinks it's never over. It's really never over to the final buzzer. You saw with that final pass, he never lost focus. He drilled that dime over to OG. But he said after the game, he got a text from a buddy after game 2, and he got a text from one of his close friends that said, "You need to stop waiting." And Lowry said this every game, "You need to stop waiting." And he said, "That's what I did. I stopped waiting and just got aggressive." And that guy is the real MVP of the Raptors this game, is Lowry's friend. He needs to get a lot of credit for that because he kicked Lowry into gear, and you could tell, man. This is why he's my favorite player on the Raptors. And I see you got a jersey hanging back there on your wall. But he really is the heart and soul of this team. He is the definition of grit. He's from Philly. He's got that Philly grinder mentality. Wow. Shorter than everyone else on the court. How is he was the second shortest guy on the court tonight, and he's got to have some of the most points in the paint. I don't know what his points in the paint were, but it's got to be up there because he was nailing drives and ones, 2 and 1s early.
Bodying guys, yeah. And how many he still didn't draw a foul on, which he should have. There was a lot of plays tonight where some of our guys should have gotten the foul. But
the refs have been suspect from a Raptors perspective. I've taken some peeks in the Boston Celtics Reddit, and there's been some Reddit posts saying, "Is this what it feels like to be another team playing us because they have the mentality that the refs are always against them, as most teams do. But they even acknowledged it, right? Is this
Yeah,
how it feels?
we're
Like they're getting the calls for
getting
them. So
officiated badly. Yeah.
but you know what? Screw the refs. We're not talking. The refs aren't of discussion tonight. The heart and soul of this team is amazing. So, what do you think? You said you had some beef with Ibaka. I'm interested to hear about that. What's your beef with him?
Well, Marc Gasol was doing his thing, but every time Marc Gasol is out of the five and you need Ibaka inside, same thing wasn't happening on his end. Like, obviously, we can't have people like Tice or Robin Williams.
Roberts.
Robert Williams. We shouldn't have, he's not, he wasn't expected to come out like this, where he has like big, big pass plays like inside and.
Well, Boston loves them. I'm not sure. So obviously we're not following the Celtics, but I go in the Reddit and I see they call him the Time Lord. They got a sick nickname for him. They love him. They love him over there. Yeah, the Time Lord. That's like some Guardians of the Galaxy stuff right there.
Shit.
So they love him, and I think he's been. I've seen him in a few games where I'm like he looks like a solid contributor, and I'm not too familiar with his game, but him stepping up, I don't think it's been a surprise to Celtics fan.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, okay, well, yeah. I wouldn't know, so that's good to know. But I mean, still, like Daniel Tice, they were even based on season averages, they were not considered. They're fan favorites, but they're not statistically comparative to the way
to make that big of an impact.
Yeah, to make that big of an impact. Like that was one thing we talked about going into the series is that our big men are going to have the advantage, but they're not. That's not.
Well, the X factor tonight, the reason we won the only game we've won in this series is our guard play, and it's because our guards beat theirs for the first game. And we saw in the last two games, Kemba and we thought it was going to be Jaylen Brown, Kemba and Marcus Smart. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That man has been cold. I did not see that coming from anywhere. I knew he was amazing defensively. The threes he's been making has been a surprise to everyone. Obviously, he doesn't shoot how he's been shooting. He's caught fire since game one. And even tonight, he made a lot of great plays. Defensively, he was all over us, it seemed like. But our guys just stayed gritty and fought through, and the guards are the reason we won this game. And it looks like that's going to be the key to success moving forward, which is not something that, to your point, it's not something that we anticipated coming into the series.
But here's the thing, I want to emphasize this one thing again that I mentioned about every series, though, because this doesn't just apply to our series, but it's the whole 3-point depth perception thing. That's why you have players like Marcus Smart going on unknown, unterritorial
5 threes in a row.
In the fourth too.
In the fourth.
What are you talking about? I mean, I get maybe, I don't doubt that he's a very good leader and he has a good mentality. He's a motivated guy. I know he's a really good player and he supports the team very well in that way. But I'm just saying offensively, it's not normal or even there's just the chance of it is crazy. But now you have a lot of bench players going on crazy streaks, and those are the reasons that these playoff games are turning around. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're right about that. And
I still feel like this applies now because Pascal Siakam, a lot of star players are not. Even James Harden, why is he going? He won. He edged the victory, obviously due to his good defensive. We'll talk about that in another pod, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's definitely been a place where a lot of these guys have they're coming out of the woodworks and in this bubble, and guys like you see Dort bringing back to the Houston series. Dort for OKC, man, he's had a career performance, just absolute breakout sensational series, and he looks like he's a guy who's under 21 years old that's can be a huge difference maker for that young team moving forward with guys like SGA. And so again, young guys, OG comes out tonight, makes a statement. So this is looking like we're in the bubble here where a lot of unexpected people, and that's why going into the bubble everyone said this this is the first time where we genuinely have no clue who's going to win the championship. You had people picking Portland over LeBron and the Lakers. You had people picking Dallas to move past the Clippers. You had upsets everywhere, right? Orlando wins the first game. People are saying maybe Milwaukee's off after the break. So this is truly I mean, it's some of the best basketball I've ever seen. It's one of the best times to be a fan. It's just amazing, and I'm having such a fun time. And the Raptors, especially after, if that didn't happen tonight, I would not be having as good a time as I'm having right now in this moment. So we'll see how we feel about Game 4. But man, I love it. I love what's going on.
And by the way, I just want to shout out our Canadian boy Jamal Murray, for clutching out that Game 7 victory.
Absolutely, man. That was crazy.
Although he may lose to Kawhi, I hope he does win. I just wanted to shout him out.
Bring that Canadian boy home. Bring him home across the border. We all know he wants to be home. All of them do. Dort is Canadian too. Let's bring Dort home. Let's bring all the Canadians home. Who else we got on that list, man?
Honestly,
Tristan Thompson. Why not?
Yeah, I'm okay with us keeping all Canadian players. Y'all just hold out. The Americans can hold out the American players.
Hey, well,
I think we could survive on our own talent.
Well, we could, honestly. Like, we're starting to get to that point. But Steve Nash, unfortunately, we lost a coach to Brooklyn today. So that's all right, though. We didn't need Nash. He gave up his prime as a player. So,
I think.
Anyways,
he was healthy for Kyrie. But yeah, on that note, I think we should call it a pod, guys.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. That was absolutely unbelievable. That's a lot of emotion tonight. So hard to stay unbiased, I think, as Raptors fans. But it's an exciting series looking forward. So thanks for tuning in. I'm Christian. This is Pratik, and we'll be coming to you with more videos as this series goes on and as the next series goes on. Giannis, how's that hot take working out for you, Pratik? It looks like it's not going to be in 5.
That was optimism. Yeah, no. Jimmy Butler is a different animal, but it's okay. We'll see how it goes going forward. Raps got that 2-1 lead. Hopefully, Bucks come back like that. But yeah, man. For the next one, peace out.
All right, for the next one, peace out.